In this video, we're going to be going over the challenges for the Battle Pass and Paladins. This is the second Battle Pass. We're going to be going over what all the challenges are and the easiest way to complete them, or at least the easiest way I found to complete them. Now, I'm going to start off by saying every single one of these, the easiest way to do it is going to be by playing training rather than an actual game against players. Play the game mode against bots, because bots are just generally more stupider than players, and it's a lot easier to get kills and rack up the stats needed for these challenges. So unless I tell you to play in a normal match or play in ranked, there might be a couple exceptions, but I will tell you if there are. But unless I tell you, play training for every single one of these challenges. With that being said, we'll get into the first one. Play a match as Koga. It's pretty easy, self-explanatory. Kill 3 players within 5 seconds. This isn't necessarily a triple kill. A triple kill, I don't know what the exact time is, but you have, like, let's say 4 seconds between kill 1 and kill 2, and then you have another 4 seconds between kill 2 and kill 3, or this is just you got 5 seconds between kill 1 and kill 3. More difficult than a triple kill, but when you're playing against bots, again, pretty easy to mow them down really quick. Best trick would to be kind of work on getting a couple people low, wait until they're really low, maybe play as Koga and then switch into Dragon Stance and rip through them really quick. I think that's how I did it. I think I got it in the first game, so it was pretty easy. Kill a player while combat sliding. This requires you to play as Lex. One of his abilities is combat slide. Easiest way, again, be in training, get one of those bots that are straggling, get them pretty low, and then just slide and shoot until you get it. I did it a couple times just to make sure that I did get the kill, because when you're in a intense match, it's hard to see like who gets the kill. So I did it a couple times, but again, I got it within the first, like, oh god, I don't even know, really quick. I think now they actually tell you when you do get the achievement though, so it might pop up and tell you, but I'm not quite sure. Kill a player with Shatterfall. This requires you to play as Terminus. One of his abilities is called Shatterfall. It's the one where he jumps in the air, spins with his axe, comes down on you. A little more trickier, only because it's a leap and you gotta time it right and aim it right. But once you play with him for a little bit and you kind of get the angles down, just make sure a champion is low. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage though, so that you gotta be really low with them, and just jump on him, kill him. Expend ammunition. I completed it, so I don't know what the exact number is. I want to say it's like 1 million, I think, but I'm not quite sure. Easiest way to do this is play with Ruckus, because Ruckus, I think, has like 200 bullets in his 2 cannons, whatever he has, and he fires them really fast. So best way to do this, again, get into a training game, and as soon as you enter the game, pick your loadout real quick, get your items, and then just start holding down the trigger button. Even in that intermission before the game starts, hold down the trigger button, get to the point in Onslaught or whatever you're playing, hold down the trigger button. Just hold that down the entire game, put your emitter up when you need it, hold down fire, and shoot rockets. All you do, you should be able to complete it within like 2 to 3 games. And if you get into a game and someone gets Ruckus before you, some other good champions would be Koga. It can kind of go hand in hand with some of these challenges. Victor, any of the like fully automatic guns. So, but Ruckus is definitely the number one you want to go to. The reason I saved this for last, shield for 60,000 in a match, is because there is a special build you can kind of do this with, but this is a little bit harder to do in training, because when you hold out a shield in training, the bots don't always fire at it. They just know that it's not going to do anything, so sometimes they'll just kind of walk mindlessly. So if you want to play against bots, your best champion to play would be Torvald, because Torvald can shield himself and he can shield allies, so you can always just shield yourself and then cast protection literally whenever it's up. That's a good way to do it. But if you want to do it the easiest way, you might need to play in a regular game to do this. I did it in training. It just took me like 3 games to actually do it. The best way is to like aggravate the bots real quick, shoot them a couple times, and then whip out the shield. But the reason I'm showing you a specific way is there's a build for it. Not like specifically, there's just a couple things you need to get, and they really all go to Bulwark, which is his shield ability. increase the recharge rate of your bulwark, so ready for war. You want to get shield wall, which increases the health. Vigorous defense is going to increase, you're going to heal 25 per second while you're in it. And then, oh, wrong one. And then you can also get Hope Guard. It's going to help you with the healing you get. It's not really necessary. These are the 3 you definitely want to get, and then you can just kind of build whatever. But you want to put 5 into shield wall, and you want to put 5 into bulwark. And then from there on out, it's kind of subjective. You don't need 3 into this. 3 would be the most you can have. You just need to have that 1, really. I think it's really good. I would put 3 into it, and then you'll have 2 empty slots for a 1-pointer. These are the 2 main ones you want to have because it just lets you have your shield up longer. Really, you're not going to be doing anything. You're going to try to fire as least as amount as you can. The only time you're going to be doing anything is when your shield is not up because it got destroyed. That's how you do it. Pretty easy. Go ahead and discard that. We don't need that. Now, challenge number 2. We actually didn't do because I got to play these ranked games. I haven't played the ranked yet for this. Challenge number 2, pretty easy though, self-explanatory. Again, play 10 ranked games, which I gotta do, I just haven't gotten to it. Win a match as Koga, pretty easy, play with Koga, win a match. Heal for X amount. Now, I don't know the exact amount, again, because I have completed it, but we're gonna go over that because I have a special build for that might help some of you guys. Be an Ancient Rage. I think this is 60 seconds. Now this, you basically just have to play as Makoa. Ancient Rage is his ultimate. The easiest way to do this would, again, training, go into like Onslaught, and what is the card called? The one that decreases the cooldown of your ultimate. Buy that as much as you can. Get Ancient Rage up. Like, you don't even have to have enemies near you. Just whenever the ultimate comes up, cast Ancient Rage. If you're in training, it's not like it's going to hurt anything. Just use that as much as possible. You'll eventually get that. Have your shield raised for however many seconds. Again, you could use Con for this, and this would be really, really easy in training because if you remember, I said the bots don't always attack you. So if you just can hold your shield up for a long time in one game, you might be able to get it in one game. It might take 2, but and then we have, oh, also this can go. You might want to play as Makoa first and use the Ancient Rage because your shield, Makoa also has a shield, so you'll be able to play as Makoa, knock this out of the way, and use your shield whenever you can while playing as Makoa, and you'll be able to knock a little bit of it. Won't be significant, but you can knock a chunk out of this, and then you'll do the rest with Con. Kill blank players with your cannon after pulling them with Dredge Anchor, again Makoa. So you could really knock out 2 challenges with Makoa, and then you could kind of get a chunk out of one. So play Makoa first when you get to the 2nd rank, that'll be helpful. That should be self-explanatory, just do the popular Makoa combo, Dredge, Anchor, an easy, let me see here, there should be 1 or 2 talents that could really help you with this. Pluck would be beneficial. If you're great at hitting your plucks, I would go ahead and get Pluck. Go figure, ironic. Because you gain 65% bonus damage on your first shot. So if you know you're going to hit the Pluck, that's going to be your best bet. If you have a little more trouble, you could get Davy Jones' Locker. If your victim dies within 4 seconds of being hit, it resets. I like that one better. I don't know why. It's not like it really matters because if you miss the Dredge Anchor, you're gonna have to, do it again, but I don't know. Personal preference. Either one of those 2 are really gonna help you with it. Because if you manage to not get the kill, let's say you pull them in with Dredge Anchor, you shoot them, but you don't get the kill right away, rather than waiting the full amount of time, you'll get another chance to, cast it. You know what I mean? Kind of hard to explain, but it does make sense. Next up, we have, what are we on? We're still here. Heal for X amount. I think this is, again, something crazy like 1 million. The reason I say this for last is because I have a build that really helps with this, and this goes specifically for training. Go into a training game. The best way is to have a game that's full of bots. Like, you don't have any allies that are actually playing. Like, you have 4 bots, and then you're playing against 5 bots. Because I have a build for this. It's even called 100k heal. Basically, to get 100,000 healing in one game so you can chunk out big time. You want Verdant Expanse at 2, Unstoppable at 4, Perennial at 5, Barkskin at 3, Gentle Breeze at 1. This reduced the cooldown of Blossom, which is your heal, by 2.5 seconds. Pretty self-explanatory. Gain 24% damage reduction for 4 seconds after using Blossom. You're really just going to be healing all the time, so this is just going to decrease the likelihood of you dying. Increase the radius of Blossom. This is just going to help. Maybe there's one extra guy that's kind of straggling on the end. If you have this card, it's going to get him up, and that'll like get you an extra maybe 40 healing, but it's 40 more healing. So Barkskin, increase your maximum health. This is just to kind of keep you alive in the game, because if you die, that's less time you have to heal. Really kind of the whole mindset with it. Gentle Breeze, allies gain 8% movement speed for 4 seconds after being healed. Really just a filler, but it does help your allies as well, so, you know, can't really go wrong with that. You do that, and then you also want to have Efflorescence. This is a crucial. Increase the passive healing of Blossom by 100% and its radius by 50%. Basically, the easiest way to do any healing challenge that we're going to go over is to use that build with Grover, be in training, and don't attack. Don't throw your axes, just stand around, heal with your passive by just standing next to allies, and use your regular heal whenever you can, and also purchase the card that reduces the cooldown of your ultimate, and use your ult whenever you can. Just do that, and you're going to get a bunch of healing. That's going to be the standard build for any healing challenge that will go into this, so we won't have to go over that again. And I think that knocks out Tier 2, so now we go on to Tier 3. Play X amount of games of Team Deathmatch, pretty self-explanatory. Eliminate X amount of targets as Koga, again, self-explanatory. So you could jump into a game with Koga. The easiest way to do these are combo them together if you can. So play Koga in Team Deathmatch, because you're eliminating 2 different things at once, stuff like that. Hit 4 players with, why am I skipping? Heal 4 different players within 10 seconds. This is pretty much a guarantee that you can get this with Grover because of his passive. His passive heals anyone around him, and we have his Blossom as well, and his ultimate, so you could really heal your entire team at once. So that's really easy to get with Grover. Hit 4 players with 1 barrage. This requires you to play as Victor, and you basically got to hit 4 players with his ultimate. One of the things, easiest way to do this is to get into an onslaught training, wait to get your ultimate, and kind of let the enemy bots take over a little bit. Wait until they conquer the middle and they're all grouped up, and then just go in there and ult them. Or if you don't want to do that, because that's kind of boring and that is kind of stupid and I don't really recommend it, just wait until the match gets intense and everyone's kind of fighting, back up, pull out your ult, try to get 4 in 1. I thought it was going to be a lot harder, and I actually didn't think I got 4 players, but I apparently did because I completed it, so I think it's a little easier than you think, or at least than I thought it was. Shield for 75,000 in a single match. Did we not have something similar? Combat sliding, shield, okay, so we had 60,000 in a single match, so this is just 75,000. This one is, I tried doing it with Con, and it was a little impossible to get 75,000. I could get to 60, couldn't get to 75,000. So I think the easiest way to do it, if you want to do the training camp method, would again be go to training camp. Don't attack at all. Try to attack as little as possible. Use Torvald and just put protection on somebody at all times. I think there's a card. Where's it at? I think there's a card that increases the duration of protection and increases the health of it. Use those cards if you can. Protect your allies as much as you can and recharge whenever you can, and try to stand in the line of fire because you are the tank anyway. Try to get your shield down and then recharge it. It'll take your shield down again. Try to recharge it. Do that. Protect. In fact, we'll look at a loadout and see what there is. So, activating protection. Reduce the cooldown of protection. That's going to be a big one. You'll probably want 5 in that. Protection grants movement speed. There's actually not a whole lot for protection. What about, I'll recharge this we're looking at. Reduce the cooldown. That would be another good one. So those will probably be the max that you want. Ooh, generates more shield, actually. So you can have 13. So that'll be the core. You'll want 4 in Time Shaper, 4 in Conduction, and 5 in Vital Grasp. I think that'll allow you to really get 75,000 shielding in one game, but just try not to attack. I know it's going to be hard just because that's what you're supposed to do. Now, if you're in a regular game and you're doing this in a regular game or ranked, don't do that. Don't be stupid and not attack. This is only for training when you're playing against bots and it really doesn't matter and you're just kind of grinding for challenges. So that'll be a good way to get the 75,000 shielding. Where am I going here? Battle Pass. It's hard to talk and navigate. We already did the deathmatch. We got Koga. We only need this one. This I get a lot of questions about as well. Emote as the 1,000 Hands leader after getting a kill. This requires you to play as Xin. You need to play as Xin, get a kill, and just emote. Hit the B button, or hit P and go to your, what is that called, your emote wheel or whatever. Just get a kill and emote. It could be a spray, it could be an emote, it could be anything. Pretty easy if you're playing in against bots. I just got like every single kill I got for the first 10 minutes I emoted just to make sure that I was getting the kill. You know, I got one of them, so it's really easy. And then tier 4, this one is glitched. I got a bunch of questions on this one as well. Spray and Siege TDM in a competitive match. So basically you got to play Siege, you got to play TDM, and you got to play competitive, which I'm sure is ranked. So basically you got to play 2 games of Siege when you look at it. One's just got to be regular and one's just got to be ranked, and then a game of TDM. Right now it's bugged. If you do it, you're not going to get it, so just, I don't know if it's worth trying to do it now, because I don't know if they'll give it to you if you do earn it once they do fix it, or if it's better to just wait and see. I'm going to wait and see. I haven't tried to do it yet, so I'm just going to wait until they fix it for sure. Absorb 10,000 damage with Emitter. This is just playing as Ruckus. In fact, I think I have a build for that, so we'll hang on for that real quick. Get X amount of double kills as Koga. Just play as Koga, get double kills, easy. Illusions. We have a special build for that as well. Deal, I think this is 2 million damage. There's really nothing key to this. Just play the best champion you're good at and getting a lot of damage at. I think Drogos will probably be the best one to get a bunch of damage and just deal damage. It's really that easy. Play, I think this is 5 or 4 games of Siege. Just play Siege games, pretty easy. Absorb 10,000 damage with Emitter. This requires you to play as Ruckus, and I think I have a build. That's why I was hanging on to this. Yeah, I even called it tier 4. Metal March at 1, gained 3% damage reduction. This is a throw-in. You don't really need this. The main ones are going to be Warden, increases the duration of Emitter by 5 seconds, so it's longer it's out, the more damage it has the potential to take, and then reduce the cooldown of Emitter so you can get it out longer. While Emitter is active, generate 10 ammo per second. This isn't necessary, I just recommend it. And then while Emitter is active, heal for 100 each second. This just kind of keeps you alive. In fact, I would take this down 1 and put this up to 3. And then this can just be whatever. I just threw in something extra. So that would actually be the recommended one. And then the last one for this tier, why do I keep doing that, is Ying, I believe. Have illusions out for blank. I think it's 60 seconds? No, it's longer than that. That was Makoa's ult. I forget the duration. Now I have a build that helps us out, and you can get this done in, I believe, 3 games. I had to play 4 games. That was because after my 3rd game, I had 13 seconds remaining. I was a little irritated that I had to play another full game just for 13 seconds, but it's whatever. Easiest way to do this, play as Ying, obviously. The main 2 ones you want to have are Squadron and Carry On. Increase the health of your illusions by 500, so they're just out there longer, they're not getting killed as quickly, and then your illusions last 5 seconds longer. So pretty self-explanatory on those, and the rest you can kind of just fill in. Actually no, having Spring Bloom at 3 is good, because when illusions do die to an enemy, it reduces the cooldown so you can get one up again. Now, you don't want to have... actually, you could have that, you could have that. Really, the only thing you don't want is Life Exchange, because you're not going to be using Shatter at all. I'm not going to say at all. Like, if there's a situation where you need to use it, but you don't want to because that just reduces the length that your illusions are out there. The best one I think to get is Renaissance, because let's say an enemy does kill your illusion, it's just going to trigger Shatter. So you are getting some benefit of really just being a bot and placing illusions. At least deal some damage with it. So that'll be your best bet with that one. Now, I think we are done with challenge 4. So what I'm going to do now, since I don't have 5, 6, or 7 unlocked yet, we're going to go ahead and jump over to a screenshot. Alright, we are back, and what I did is I just took a screenshot of one of my videos going over the challenges, and I'm just going to use that. So the video is going to be a little boring from here on out if it already wasn't, but it's more of an informative video, so whatever. Starting with tier 5, deal 160,000 damage in a single match. Now, this is one of the challenges you're probably going to have to play a regular game or a ranked game to do, and just probably play as Drogos or Bomb King or someone like that you can deal a bunch of damage with. You might be able to get away with it in training, but you can't curb stomp the training bots. You got to kind of let them get some offense in, let them take some of the capture time while you're still dealing damage to them. Just don't go and take it. Maybe you can do it then, but I'm not sure. Kill a player with Wings of Wrath. This is oh, Furia. There we go. Furia is one of her abilities is Wings of Wrath. It's the one where she dashes backwards. Just get an enemy low, and Wings of Wrath. You should be able to get this pretty fast. Get 20 crossbow kills and hit an enemy with disengage and kill them with blast shot within 5 seconds. Goes hand in hand. Use Cassie. Just get into a game. Just do as it says. Hit disengage and then kill them with blast shot. And you have 5 seconds to do it, so you can disengage quick, get them low, and then blast shot because you have 5 seconds to do it when disengage actually initiates. And then while in the process, just get 20 kills. Hopefully you can get a 20 kill game with Cassie while you're playing with bots and just kind of dominating them. And you get those 2 out in one game. Capture 10 siege objective points. So you will need to have at least played... see the math here, because let's say you dominate siege in training and you get them all 4 times. That's only 2 captures per game. So you would need to play at least 5 games. But let's say you capture, the enemy defends, and then you capture, and then they defend, you do that, you can play 3 games. So anywhere from 3 to 5 games it'll take to get this done. Just play Siege, pretty easy. We already got those, we got this, and then we have travel 1 million feet as Koga. Really no tricks here other than get into a training game and constantly be moving, and then whenever you have some energy up, dash forward and just kind of waste your energy that way. I guess that would be a good way. Tier 6, earn a quadra kill. Get into a training game, play as Drogos. I know I've said Drogos a lot, but Drogos is OP against bots. Heal for 750,000. The easiest way would be do my strategy with Grover that I went over earlier. Spray within 5 seconds of killing an enemy 15 times. Self-explanatory, I don't really need to go over it. Kill 15 players with Inferno Blade. This requires Xin. Inferno Blade is really just his basic attacks, so just get 15 kills with Xin. No, not necessarily just 15 kills, because if you get a kill with his ultimate and you get some kills with his dash, then that doesn't count. It has to be 15 kills just with his basic attack. So you should be able to get it within a couple games, probably 1, maybe 2 or 3. Kill 5 players with Koga's Cyclone Strike, and I believe Cyclone Strike is his ultimate, so just kill 5 players with his ult. That'll probably take 2 games, maybe 1, if you upgrade his ultimate, or if you use the card that makes the ultimate get a cooldown reduction, you might be able to get it done in a game. If you get a really lucky 4 or 5 person grouped up. Hit 3 players at once with 3 time and space. This is Genos' ult. You just gotta wait until they're taking the objective or they're pushing the siege and just try to hit 3 at once. Pretty self-explanatory. Do we over that? We went over all that, so tier 6 really doesn't have any explaining involved. Tier 7 probably doesn't either, I don't think. Deal 12,000 damage within 10 seconds, so this could be a really tricky one. Easiest way to do this is to play an onslaught game. Wait until they're all taking the point. Again, training. This I said at the very beginning, training. Or a siege, and wait until they're all grouped up by the siege. play as Drogos and just go on an onslaught. Charge up your one ability, your first ability, can't think of it right now. Charge that up, let that unload, spit at them, throw basics at them, use your ult if you have it. I think Drogos would be the best way because he has a lot of area damage that you can just annihilate some people if they're grouped up. So probably be the best way to do it. 12,000 damage in 10 seconds though. I'm guessing what that means is like from the first second that I initiate damage, I got 10 seconds to do 12,000, and then if you don't, it'll probably reset after your next initial damage, so you kind of got to be careful with that. I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one. The only way that you really are going to know is just try to do damage all the time. That's really all I can tell you. Earn a top play as Koga, self-explanatory. Heal for 150,000 in a single match. Now, use Grover, like I explained. Use that build, but I don't think you can do this in a training. You could if the training is like it goes on for a long time. It's one of those where you have to kind of like allow the enemy team to win, and at that point you're just doing too much work. Just go in a regular game and play. Use the Grover build and just try to get a lot of healing out. The strategy of me telling you to not attack though won't go over so well in a regular game, so that you might have to heal, but my build is still going to be really good for that. Kill 15 players while below 5% health. Really no easy way to do this other than... yeah, I don't know. I don't really got any tips for you on this one, guys. Again, training is going to be the best way, because if you're below 5% health, other players are going to capitalize on that, whereas bots probably won't. So this is just going to basically take you playing a lot of games in order to get that. I'm trying to think of like a champion who... Koga, maybe go into a group with Koga, wait till they get you low, use your ultimate because you're untargetable in your ult, and then just try to get kills like that. That would be the easiest way, I think. Stay airborne for more than 10 seconds. I'm not 100% sure about this one, so let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, guys, but I think the best way, and really the only way you could really do this, would be Drogos. Again, go figure, and just use the benefit of his jetpack and just kind of tap jump. So like tap, 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 you know, and just kind of airborne every couple seconds, and just make sure your feet don't touch, but you don't run out of jet fuel. And you also have your ability that shoots you up in the air, so you can get a little bit of breathing room there and reset the jetpack. I'm pretty sure that'll be able to do it. And then heal an ally, become a snake, fear an enemy within 5 seconds. Pretty obvious. The only snake character in the game would be Maldamba. So basically you're just going to heal, dash forward because that turns you into a snake, and then fear an enemy. So you could fear using his ultimate. So basically you have to wait for an enemy to get low, heal them, or wait till an enemy to get low, wait for an ally to get low, heal them, just dash, and then use your ultimate and make sure your ultimate hits, and that's going to fear somebody. It's pretty easy. I don't know why that's really a tier 7. It's kind of like a tier 3. But that is going over all the challenges, guys. The reason I made this video is because I had a lot of questions, so I figured let's just knock them all out in one video. It is kind of boring because it's really just screenshots, but I think it was informative. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like and hit subscribe if you already aren't. Leave a comment if this helped you guys, and help other people in the comments if they're having some struggles, because I know a lot of people definitely were on some of these challenges. So be on the lookout for other video guys, and thank you for watching.